this country, Kenya. May his soul rest in peace.
Member for Westlands.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Let me take this opportunity also to eulogize and pay tribute to my great political mentor, Raila Amolo Odinga. Honorable Speaker, the year 2007, when Right Honorable Raila Odinga was running for the presidency, he nominated me as one of his proposers. Mr. Speaker, I was not known to him very much, but he picked me and gave me an opportunity to be among the few people who proposed him to be the president of Kenya. After that, Mr. Speaker, he also nominated me to Nairobi City Council, and when he was doing that, he assured me Nairobi to be the mayor of Nairobi. But Mr. Speaker, the rest is history. After that, that's how he nurtured my political career, and ever since, I have walked, I have listened to him, I have learned a lot from him. He is a selfless man. He loves this nation, Mr. Speaker. Raila Amolo Odinga can dine with the lowest and can dine with the mighty, as you mentioned in your speech, Mr. Speaker. Raila Amolo Odinga, you can find him in Bama eating nyama choma. You can find him in Shaurimoyo sitting on a bench drinking whiskey with a very common manage, and you can find him in Serena or any other place. He's a man who can attract, and he has attracted many, many people. 1997, Mr. Speaker, I know there were many Kenyans who will dismiss him, but 2002, when he pronounced Kibaki Tosha, a selfless man, he sacrificed his ambition and supported Honorable Mwai Kibaki even after he was involved in an accident and he was away from the campaign. Raila took up the mantle and championed the campaign of Mwai Kibaki, and Mwai Kibaki was elected as the president of this country. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, several times, I believe Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga won the election of 2007, and it was stolen from him. But Mr. Speaker, he sacrificed his ambition, stepped back, and worked with Honorable Mwai Kibaki. 2013, same thing, 2017, 2022. Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga has put this nation before anything else. And that is the man, Mr. Speaker. I know there's nobody who can sacrifice such opportunities. Even the people he was sitting with, Mr. Speaker, many of them could not believe in what he was saying. He makes very difficult decisions and sometimes very unpopular. And when he made the decision now to work with President Ruto, everybody dismissed him and said he is greedy, he is what. But Mr. Speaker, look what he did. He realized the country was going the wrong way and he wanted to get Kenya back on the road. Honorable Speaker, Raila Amolo Odinga is not just another person. He is a statesman. He's a Pan-Africanism. He has championed, if you look at our constitution today, devolution is his dream. And he kept on making sure that devolution is perfected. More money is given to the devolved governments. And Mr. Speaker, he was recently, when he was even pushing that the CDF also be given to the county government, I think it was uncomfortable with many people. But he didn't mince into words. He was very clear what he wanted. And Mr. Speaker, we, on behalf of the people of Westlands and my family, and on my own behalf and the family and the people of Westlands, I pay tribute to the great son of Kenya who has passed on. May his soul rest in peace. May he join the great men, Masinde Muliro, Raila, Okinga Odinga, Kenyatta, Kibaki, those who have gone before us, Michael Malwa, and Mr. Speaker, we know Kenya will stand among the big nations on the sacrifice that Raila Odinga has made. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Badi Twalib.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipatia fursa hii pia ili na mimi kuweza kutuma rambirambi kwa kifo cha Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga. Mheshimiwa Spika, kwa niaba yangu, kwa niaba ya familia yangu na kwa niaba ya watu wangu wa Jomvu, twatoa rambirambi sote kwa familia ya Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga. Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi nilimfahamu Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga mwaka 2007 nilipochaguliwa kuwa diwani wa Jomvu Kuu Ward katika chama cha ODM, na niliweza kuintroduce kwa Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga na mbunge wangu Mheshimiwa Ramadhan Seif Kajembe. Leo Mheshimiwa Spika, nachukua fursa hii kusema kuwa tumeondokewa na mgogo wa kisiasa, tumeondokewa na baba, tumeondokewa na mtu ambaye alijitolea katika kuhudumikia serikali hii ya Kenya. Mheshimiwa Spika, nachukua fursa hii ya kumwomboleza Mheshimiwa Raila, pia vile vile kuomboleza vijana wangu watatu waliokufa kwa maji kwa bahari juzi, Caleb Otieno miaka 21, Stephen Karembo 23 na Thomas Wanyongi ambaye ni miaka 24. Hawa walikufa maji juzi. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Spika, naweza kusema mwezi huu wa 10 ni mwezi mgumu sana kwangu, kwa maana baada ya kupoteza hawa watu watatu, jana ghafla tupata Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga ameweza kutuacha. Mheshimiwa Spika, ni miezi miwili iliyopita ama mitatu, Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga alikuwa kwangu sehemu ya Miritini akianzisha ECD Center ambayo alialikwa na Mheshimiwa gavana wetu. Mheshimiwa Spika, tutamkumbuka Mheshimiwa Raila kwa mengi. Leo ugatuzi umeweza kufanya kazi thamana na Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga. Leo uhuru wa kuongea, watu wanaweza kuongea thamana na Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga. Leo Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga ameweka ndoto za watu wengi katika kuonekana kuwa na mwelekeo wa kuweza kwenda mbele. Mimi Mheshimiwa Spika, naweza kusema nilichaguliwa kama diwani 2007. Nimeanza kuwa mbunge 2013, 17 na 22. Vipindi vitatu vyote naweza kusema kwa kizungu role model wangu alikuwa ni Raila Amolo Odinga. Leo katika maisha ambao tunajaribu kuongoza, tunajaribu kumuiga Raila Amolo Odinga. Kwa maana hiyo Mheshimiwa Spika, Raila Amolo Odinga ni mpenzi wa wengi. Hata leo nikija hapa, kuna kijana anaitwa Joseph Oluoch na vile vile Kibonge kutoka Bangladesh wakinambia la utapata nafasi, toa pia rambirambi zetu uweze kututaja. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Spika, leo mimi ni kusema kwa ni siku ya huzuni, na mimi maadamu nimepata fursa hii nasema tena kwa niaba yangu, familia yangu na eneo langu bunge la Jomvu, tutoa rambirambi kwa familia ya Raila Amolo Odinga na chama chetu cha ODM, na kuiambia familia kuwa Mungu atawapa subra na Mungu akifanya kazi yake haina makosa. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika, na Mungu ambariki Raila Amolo.
Rahim.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to pay tribute to Honorable Raila. Honorable Raila, I met him 20 years back in Meru when he came for the Orange and Bananas campaign. I don't know if, Mr. Speaker, you were with the delegation that day. And I remember them going into Pig and Whistle. There was a hotel called Pig and Whistle. After they came out, there were rain of stones on them. And my petrol station was just opposite where they were going to hold a rally. And I remember Honorable Raila, when his speech on that day was, because the rain of stones was so much that he said, nyinyi wa Meru mutalia nikiingia nikiwa rais. And then from there, that was the first time I encountered tear gas in my whole life, and that's when my political career started. After that, he went to Makutano and then Maua, and that was then. After that, we came on the same side. I was on the other side. I was for the banana, and he was for the orange at that time. They beat us hands down in the referendum of 2005. But we got back again with Honorable Raila in the one we have, the Constitution 2010, in the referendum. We were on the same side. And again, we were on the same side when we did the BBI referendum, which we failed, but we were together then. And again, when in 2021, I was on his side. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Raila is an enigma, he's Baba, he's everything, and I believe to get somebody like him will take a long, long time. I don't think we will ever get somebody who has gone to detention, who has suffered for this country, and the way he has sacrificed himself. Had Honorable Raila not come through last year to form the broad-based government, I think we would have gone the Madagascar way or the Nepal way or anywhere else. So Honorable Raila did a big favor to this country. The Gen Zs should not think that he betrayed them. He made sure this country, we are safe, and where we are today, we owe it to Honorable Raila Odinga. And I believe with what is happening today, we need to give him a befitting sending. And I say, God bless him. Revelations 14:13 says, the dead who die in the Lord, they rest from their labors, and their deeds will follow them. Inna lillahi wa inna ilahi raji'un. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Members, and I request members avoid coming to me, stacking pressure. I don't want pressure from members. I'll follow the list that is here. The way the speaker was doing is what I'll do. Please, I request members to avoid approaching the speaker's chair. Please. I always do that, you know that, and it's what I'm going to do now. So if you come here, probably you'll even make your chances to go further. So let's just follow the way it is. The next in the list here now is the Honorable Ndikiri Mugambi.
Very good, that's the correct. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for that observation. I arise on behalf of the great people of Bori to eulogize the great man of this republic, late Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Mr. Speaker, I met Honorable Prime Minister in 2007. Mr. Speaker, through his brother, Dr. Bulu, who is a very close friend to me, when I was a chief guest at DB Primary School in Bondo. Mr. Speaker, my first sight of this great man gave me an impression of a man who is caring. Mr. Speaker, I made an observation that the outside of Raila is not the inside of him. And I want to state that the inside of Raila is a very soft man, very caring person, very considerate, person who does not entertain conflict, somebody who is always on the path of looking for solutions, particularly for this country. Mr. Speaker, I arise to console with the family headed by my great friend, Dr. Oburu, Mama Inda and the children, and the entire fraternity of Odinga family. It is through Dr. Oburu and Amolo Odinga that I met our colleague, Ruth Odinga, who is a member of this parliament. Mr. Speaker, in as much as we say anything, this man has died without being given an opportunity by Kenyans to serve this nation at the greatest level as a president. But what he has done and what he has stood for is something that we, all of us, need to emulate. We mourn this man who so has already departed, but his legacy will remain forever. I ask my colleagues, I ask other people in the political leaderships on the parties that if we have a case study of a statement, it is carried by none other than His Excellency, the Right Honorable Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya, Amolo Odinga. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Member for Bondo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as the nation and the world mourn the great Raila Odinga, let it be understood that that is my constituents by local appraisal. He is my mentor. He was my first employer in a row. So the kind of experience that I've had with Raila spans beyond 30 years, to be exact, 34 years. And we've been with him almost at a very personal kind of an arrangement and a relationship over the years. Honorable Raila didn't just get to Parliament the way many of us do. It was a great effort by a group of us, a small group of us, because that time Raila himself was in exile. Raila didn't campaign, he was not in the country, and if at all there's any other person who has ever gotten into this parliament, minus campaigning, is Raila Amolo Odinga. He did that by virtue of the work that we were doing. I'm the one who went out meeting the small groups with Ida, with Joe Aguirre, a small group headed by Okiri Pacho as the chair, Shem Akuba, William Okelo, and we're not more than 10. We did that, and Raila got into parliament in 1992 without stepping in the constituency in the name of doing a rally. Virtually, he didn't know many of the people. He didn't know even where the polling stations were. So that was our effort. Come 1995, when there were issues in Fort Kenya, Raila crossed and actually crossed the floor because he left his party and took another party called NDP. NDP, because of that, had to go for a by-election. So what I did, or what the small group of us did in 1992, we remember it because now Raila could not move to the constituency the way he had wanted, because me at that time had left back to the university for my master's. And he had to come to literally look for us. And that's when Raila got back to parliament in the by-election of 1995. One or two things that I'm too sure that maybe members may not be knowing of Raila. A lot of the things that Raila did, a lot of actions and decisions that Raila implemented, many of them he was not the planner. Many of them he was not initiating. But he had an exceptional courage once convinced.
The honorable members,
anytime.
Order. This is a very solemn moment. And I think it's fair to allow the member of parliament for Bondo, who is also the Raila Odinga's member of parliament, to be listened to. It's a solemn moment. It's not a moment where someone will be contributing and we are all not giving him a chance to, or we are all, doing whatever we are doing. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. What I was trying to say is that a lot of things that we might have seen Raila do, many times was not the planner, many times was not the initiator. But the courage and the manner in which, when he was convinced he was taking these things, by the end of the day, they were his things. By the end of the day, they were his activities. And he did them with a lot of courage. The other thing that maybe other members may not know is that Raila was a person who did a lot of multitasking. In fact, if you book for an appointment and you are talking to him, one person on a phone, your appointment will collapse. He's one person that when he was talking to 3, 4, 5 people, definitely that's a thing that will pass. He used to multitask a lot. He was a man of crisis. In fact, many times Raila managed crisis as though he was planning to manage them. It was very unique in terms of crisis management. Finally, Mr. Speaker, when it got to the issue of how it looked at the principle in sporting, of the issue of the winner and the loser. Many times as a sportsman, a great sportsman, he placed in front of him the principle that once you are in a game, you'll either lose or you'll win. And that's exactly what he had all along. When he went into the games, in the political game, when there was a loss, he will recognize that. And that is exactly why he didn't believe so much in this idea of winner takes it all. He didn't believe in it because after elections, he had wanted that the nation gets back to its feet and that winning government serves everybody. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Well said. Next is the member for Aldai.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I stand to eulogize a great man, Baba Raila Amolo Odinga. My sympathies go to the family, Mama Aida, the family, the people of ODM, the people, the broad-based government, and the people of Kenya. We have lost a great man. We have lost a hero, a person who today we celebrate and we are happy about democracy because he is the father of democracy. I think we all remember right from the 82 coup all the way to 1992 to 2010 to the birth of the 2010 Constitution. And in each time, Raila Amolo Odinga fought hard for the democracy of this country, for the freedoms that we today enjoy in this country. Many young people today talk about and are happy to participate in the democracies of this country, and they forget that the real person or the person who brought this democracy is Baba Raila Amolo Odinga. We want to say thank you for what he did, and we say that he did a great job. The history of this Kenya will be, when the history of this Kenya will be written, his name will be will forever appear in the history as being the person who fought for this country and fought for the nation. I want to say that the people of Aldai constituency say pole to the family, and we as we mourn the death of Baba Raila Amolo Odinga, and we want to say may his soul rest in eternal peace. Goodbye, Baba. Thank you.
Thank you. So that you know, the next people, the next people to speak are going to be the following, as per the board. Next is the member for Nambale, followed by the member for Dagoretti South, then the member for Butula. Those three in that order. Member for Nambale.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to speak, to pay my tribute to Baba Raila Amolo Odinga. Mr. Speaker, as it has been said, Raila is a true father of democracy in this nation. Many people have said that indeed, sometimes in the year 1994, when Raila disagreed with the ideologies of Ford Kenya, he formed his party, NDP, and did the right thing, which was to surrender his seat and go back for a by-election. Mr. Speaker, this is a decision very few politicians, and actually is the only one since that time that has made this particular decision, so that you obey the institutions and the democratic space that is placed in our nation. Mr. Speaker, as many will remember, Raila has been a tower of politics in this nation. Whenever things are not moving right, Raila will always abandon his position and go for the position that suits the interest of the greater nation. Mr. Speaker, coming from Busia County, Raila was indeed a true father of our great county of Busia. Anytime we met he had fond memories of how he would wish development reach Busia County. And he will mention to you things that he feels that are supposed to be done and carried out so that the great people of Busia can benefit from the leadership of the government. Mr. Speaker, it has also been said that he was indeed a beacon of courage. We know that very few leaders in this nation will speak their mind the way the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga used to. He will always say the right thing, whether he's attacking the government or even to his fellow opposition leaders. So, Mr. Speaker, as a nation, we have lost, and on behalf of the people of Nambale and the great people of our nation, I lay my condolence to the family of the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Thank you.
Thank you. Member for Agri South.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, how do you even start to eulogize a man of the stature of the Right Honorable Engineer Dr. Raila Amolo Odinga? A man who, he himself, was a force of nature. A man who moved the crowds with a charisma unimaginable. A man who dedicated his entire life to his country. A patriot who you can place many charges on, but can never place the charge of unpatriotism on the man. Mr. Speaker, this man that we eulogize today must be known as the father of opposition in this country, taking over from his dad, who was his blood father, who is also known as the Doyen of opposition. Mr. Speaker, I stand here on behalf of my family and the people of Dagoretti South constituency to pass my condolences to the family of this great Kenyan, because the world has lost an icon. Africa has lost an enigma. Kenya has lost a leader. To me personally, Mr. Speaker, I have lost a political father. Mr. Speaker, I met the late former Prime Minister as a very young man when he used to be a youth leader within the Ajip House, campaigning for his father, Mr. Speaker, when the original Ford was formed. When Raila was a young man is when I met him. Later on, Mr. Speaker, I went on to be a youth leader in his party. I was the first national president of the ODM Youth League. When I met Raila, he was at his prime. That Raila who would capture people just with his greetings. The man who would walk into these rallies and he would lift one hand and he would say, "Haya, haya," and the world would go silent. And he would lay out the history of the country to the people. And when he had captured the attention of these crowds, he would end it on a high. Tendawili, tendawili. Na tukilera hata hiji nini yetu takuwa chama. Mr. Speaker, this is the gentleman that I eulogize. A man who picked me up when I was trying my skills in politics as a young man, took me to Dagoretti, introduced me to the people of Dagoretti, delivered an election for me in an election that he himself also won. Mr. Speaker, Raila Odinga won the election of 2007. But try as we did to swear him in, this gentleman told us that even as we are approaching the election of 2007, we will have to be cautious to ensure that we leave a country for the future. Mr. Speaker, I want to pass my condolences to my colleague, the Honorable Ruth Odinga, our colleague in Senate, the youth leader, the Gen Z himself, Dr. Oburu Odinga, to the children, Rosemary, Winnie, Junior, and posthumously, my very good friend, Fidel Odinga. Here, we want to thank this family for sharing such a consummate patriot with Kenyans. When Kenya called him Baba, we meant it. but we know that he was the blood father of these children who had given up their father, committed him to the service of nation. And today, we mourn a great Kenyan. And as I said, Mr. Speaker, the world mourns a great icon. Kenya will be mourning an enigma, and so will Africa. But for me, Mr. Speaker, I want to eulogize a great patriot who also happened to be my political father. Raila Odinga is dead. Long live Baba. Haya! Haya!
Thank you.
Haya! Tendawili! 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 Tunasema hiyo mambo yote iko sawa, hata kama Raila ameondoka, rais Baba ataishi milele. Iko sawa.
Thank you. Thank you. The member for Butula.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I stand here on behalf of my family, my great people of Butula, and the entire ODM fraternity to eulogize a great leader of this nation. Honorable Speaker, the late Raila was a father, was a leader, and he did guide some of us very well. Mr. Speaker, I first got into contact with the late Raila when he was the Minister for Roads and Public Works. That time I was in Treasury, Mr. Speaker, and he used to call me to give him certain information that he needed to enable him carry out his work as a minister in the ministry. Honorable Speaker, our relationship went on, and when I reached my retirement, Honorable Raila called me to his office and asked me if I could join the ODM party. So on my retirement, Honorable Speaker, I joined the ODM party through the advice of the late Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Honorable Speaker, Raila has helped us, the people of Butula, to get development. Any project that has been successful in my constituency, Raila's hand can be seen. Particularly when we were to get a road to be tarmacked. By that time, he was the Minister for Transport. He confirmed to me that he will make sure our road is tarmacked. By then, I was still in the office. So from there, he was very close. He was asking anything that we want in Butula, we give him, and for sure, he has helped us a lot to get the development, not only in Butula, but also in the entire Busia County. Honorable Speaker, the late Raila will be remembered dearly by the people of Butula and the people of Busia. Anytime there was arrangement for Honorable Raila to come to Busia, people came out in big numbers. Everybody wanted to be close to him. And he was calm, he addressed people, and everybody was happy with his guidance, his advice. And he always told people, be peaceful and work hard. So he made us work hard for the benefit of our people of Butula. Honorable Speaker, we eulogize a great leader and an icon in African politics, and a person who is loved all over the country. He did much for this country, and his name will not be erased in any records of this country. We will keep remembering him. It will be difficult to erase the name of Raila from our people. We will continue remembering him, and I want to send my condolences to the family, particularly the wife, Ida, the children, and the brother, Honorable Dr. Odinga, who is also my great friend, and the entire ODM fraternity. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Member for Matuga.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipatia fursa hii. Niruhusu kwanza nianze na aya ya Quran tukufu, sura Al-Imran aya ya 185 inayosema kulu nafsi zaikatul maut, kwamba kila nafsi iliyoko hai itaionja mauti. Tukiwa hapa sisi sote tutaonja mauti, na wale ambao pia tukiwa hapa tunajua kwamba wapo ambao Mwenyezi Mungu ameweza kuchukua nafsi zao. Lakini kwa nini leo tumechukua fursa hii kuzungumzia nafsi moja ya Raila Amolo Odinga? Hii ni nafsi moja, ni mtu mmoja ambaye katika halaiki ya watu, yeye peke yake ndio watu waliamua kumuita baba. Sikumbuki hata sehemu moja ama siku moja ambayo yeye alisema kwamba niiteni baba. Lakini watu wenyewe kwa yale ambayo ameyafanya, yale ambayo ameyatenda, yale ambayo anayozungumza, wakaona huyu ndiye baba yetu. Kila mtu alizaliwa na babake na mama yake, lakini watu wenyewe wakaamua hivyo. Sisi watu wa Pwani tumemwenzi baba. Tunajua siasa kutoka zilipoanza, kura hupigwa, lakini kwa ujumla watu wote wa Pwani humpigia baba. Na kwa nini inakuwa hivyo? Inakuwa hivyo kwa sababu baba Raila Amolo Odinga amekuwa akizungumza sauti ya wanyonge. Alikuwa akizungumzia maonevu ambayo watu wa Pwani kwa ujumla wamepitia kabla ya uhuru na baada ya uhuru. Alikuwa akizungumzia masuala ya mashamba. Alikuwa akizungumzia masuala ya ajira kwa wale watu ambao huwa hawapati nafasi za kupanda ngazi za juu. Kwa hivyo kwa watu wa Pwani kwa ujumla na kwa Wakenya wengi, walikuwa ndio sauti ya wanyonge, kwamba baba akisema amewazungumzia watu wengi. Na ndio maana kumbukumbu zinasema hata wakati tukitaka kubadilisha katiba kwa mara ya kwanza na yeye akakataa, watu wengi walisema vile baba amesoma, sisi hatuna haja ya kusoma, moja kwa moja pia sisi tunakataa. Mheshimiwa Spika, miezi miwili iliyopita tukiwa tunapeana mradi pale wa umeme na Mheshimiwa Waziri Wandai, tukiendelea na hizo sherehe, Waziri Wandai aliweza kunong'onezea kwamba nimepigiwa simu na baba akiniambia kwamba katika eneo lako bunge kuna shule ambayo imetajwa Jaramogi Oginga, na ameniamrisha kwamba kabla nitoke Matuga niende kuiona hii shule. Baada ya hiyo sherehe tuliambatana na waziri mpaka kule sehemu ya Mazumalume ambayo hii shule ipo, ambayo nimeweza kuijenga kupitia mfuko wa NGCDF. Lakini kuna historia kwa nini hii shule imejengwa pale. Mzee marehemu bila shaka, ambaye babake alikuwa katika wale watu ambao alipigania uhuru, aliwahi kukaa na baba yake baba Raila Amolo Odinga, mwenda zake Jaramogi, mpaka kukaa nyumbani kwake Simba. Na hapo basi akasema mimi kabla nife nitapeana eka 10 ili kujengwe shule na itajwe Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. Na tulipofika pale, baada ya kuiona, Waziri Wandai akazungumza na baba na akamwambia baba alikuwa amemwamrisha kati ya yale madarasa mawili ambayo nitaongezea hii shule, yeye pia atapeana pesa kutoka kwa mfuko wake ili ile shule iweze kuimarika. Baba ameenda, lakini nina imani kwa sababu Waziri Wandai yupo, bado hiyo ahadi itatekelezwa. Na huo ndio upendo wa baba ambao alikuwa nao kwa wananchi wa Kenya, wananchi wanyonge, kuwapenda bila kuwabagua. Na ndio maana watu wa Pwani wakawa wakati wowote wanasimama na yeye bila ya vishawishi, ila tu kwa sababu ya sauti wake na moyo wake mkunjufu. Kwa niaba yangu na watu wa Matuga na familia yangu natoa rambirambi. Mwenyezi Mungu aweze kuangalia roho yake kwa huruma kulingana na matendo yake mema aliyoyafanya. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Asante. Honorable Dorothy Ikiara.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, today...
Order. Honorable members, don't block the aisle. The members blocking the aisle. Order. Order, the honorable members blocking the aisle. Take your seat.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, today we gather to celebrate alumni whose steadfast devotion not only forged our nation's destiny, but also illuminated the world's stage. Rooted in unyielding belief in justice, democracy, and unity, he faced every trial with fearless resolve and profound humility, embodying the true essence of exemplary leadership. Though his presence has passed from us, his legacy shines onwards, a radiant beacon engraved deep within the hearts of his people and echoing across the globe. As we honor his remarkable journey, we are compelled to carry forth this vision, a relentless pursuit of justice, peace, and unity for humanity. Together, we celebrate Baba, champion of devolution, champion of democracy. Baba, you have fought a good fight, you have finished the race. Fare thee well, Baba, till we meet again. My condolences to Mama Ida Odinga and the entire Odinga's family, not forgetting our colleague Ruth Odinga and all the citizens of this country who believed in Baba. Fare thee well till we meet again. Thank you.
Honorable members, as I resume the seat, it's important to notify the House and the rest of the citizens that the viewing of the body of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga will no longer be at Parliament because of the overwhelming crowds that have literally overwhelmed our facilities. The committee of the funeral, chaired by the Deputy President and Senator Dr. Odinga, have announced that the body will now be taken to Kasarani for the public to view. For the simple reason that it was even difficult to get the remains of the Prime Minister out of the airport. So Lee Funeral, understand, were contracted to go and embalm the body at the airport. And it will be airlifted now from the airport to Kasarani. And those of you, particularly Nairobi MPs, please take the responsibility as much as you possibly can to inform your constituents that they can slowly snake to Kasarani to go and view the body. Nyayo Stadium could not be an alternative because it's being prepared for the state funeral tomorrow. So let's go on with our debate. Any one of you who will want to go and view the body after I've spoken, you can also snake through to Kasarani. But tomorrow, like I informed you, the clerk and our protocol team are preparing to have sitting space for each and every one of you at the stadium tomorrow to join the proceedings for the state funeral. I'm told the next speaker was the member for Tarbo. Yes. Is he in the house? Yes, Janet Setienei.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I wish on behalf of my family and the people of Tarbo to pass my condolences to Mama Ida, the children, our colleagues, Honorable Ruth and Senator Oburu, and the entire Raila family. I wish to give my tribute to Honorable Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, alias Baba. He was the icon of democracy, peace, and stability. He was a charismatic leader and a statesman. The first time I met Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga was at Wilson Airport. And I stood to introduce myself to him, and I was surprised when he shoved me down and said, I know you are the member of parliament of Tarbo. And I was very surprised because I didn't know that he actually knows many of the leaders. I wish to say he was a charismatic leader, and he is one of the people that fought for democracy in this country. I wish also, as I mourn him today, I wish to call upon all Kenyans to remember that they are the people that fought for democracy in this country, and therefore, as we remain, we pray for him as he rests in peace, and may we remember as Kenyans that this country is larger or bigger than all of us, and may we maintain peace and stability in this country, and may his soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for this chance. Honorable Speaker, I rise to eulogize the maverick, the enigma, the icon of Kenyan politics, the doyen just like his father, Raila Amolo Odinga. Raila Amolo Odinga can be remembered for many things, but I want to say I personally remember him for his honesty. He was a very honest politician. He was a politician who would not lie to you. If you're asking something and you can't get it, Raila Amolo Odinga will tell you that he's unable to give you that one, but you can get the alternative. I remember vividly when I vied in 2017 and had wanted to be in the ODM party. And my local ODM chairman, Sebetio Sabwa, brought me to Nairobi at Capitol Hill. And at Capitol Hill, we met Raila Amolo Odinga. And he actually believed I could make it. But back at home, there was leadership within the party that did not think so. And therefore, what he did was to make a public call and put it on speaker. And in front of Sebeto Sabo and others, the people who did not want me to be in the party said, we don't want Omboko. And when the discussion ended, Raila told me, you have heard, so you can see what to do. And that's how I left. Very honest person. I remember vividly, Honorable Speaker. In 2022, when we had the Azimio and the other collision, and we arrived and we met Raila Amolo Odinga together with Atuoli, together with Oparanya, and the former president, and we were being given chance to make a decision on what to do. I entered with Honorable Sabula. And he was so honest. When Sabula was asked, what do you want? He said, I want to be governor. I was told, no, I've already given out the ticket. Maybe you can be a deputy. I hope he's listening to me. That was so honest. I was asked my question, and when I gave my answer, which I'm guilty to say, I was just told the meeting was over, and it ended there. We went away. This was a very honest leader in politics. I want to remember Raila Amolo Odinga for peace and tranquility. That this is a man who would look at the holistic picture instead of looking at the personal benefits. We cannot ignore the KANU merger as we saw it when everybody thought that Raila could not work with Moi. We cannot forget the Kibaki stalemate when it looked like, yes, we want Moi out, but Moi has brought another candidate. So what do? He surrendered his place and said, Kibaki tosha. And that is how Kibaki became the president. and they worked together very, very, very well. And remember, even during that particular time, Honorable Speaker, he had had very tough wars with Kijana Wamalwa in Thika, but still he embraced Kijana Wamalwa because Wamalwa was now the deputy of Kibaki, and they still worked together. This guy had a big heart in politics. We cannot forget his handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta, and we cannot forget his handshake with Ruto. Honestly speaking, Raila Amolo Odinga and the family, if we refer back to the father, they seem to have the same spirit. Because in 1963, somebody spoke of this, when the father decides not to take independence simply because Kenyatta is in jail, it's the same thing that we saw him do in 2022 when we had the Gen Z uprising. Because every other player and cynics thought that maybe Raila should take a position of making sure that the government is not there and add force, but he decides not to do that. He decides to join government, strengthen it, and make sure that everybody can get his stake in the most correct way, in a more orderly way. That's Raila Amolo Odinga for you. And I want to say that this guy was a strong person of unity to our people and this country. I want to also indicate that we remember Raila for his works, that at one time he remained the only alternative for Kenyans. Look at the time of yes and no, the Chungwa movement. People did not believe in the constitution the way it was. And Raila took a position. That is the position that people followed. And finally we were relieved. Teachers of this country were lucky to actually get an opportunity through the constitution not to be devolved, because originally the teachers were supposed to have been devolved. We thank Raila for his great positions he always took during tough times.
Thank you. The next in line is member from Sambweni.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipatia hii nafasi ili na mimi nitoe rambirambi na pole zangu. Basi kwa niaba yangu mimi mwenyewe na familia na kwa niaba ya watu wa Msambweni nataka kutoa rambirambi na pole zetu kwa familia ya Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga. Mheshimiwa Spika, Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga atakumbukwa kuwa mstari wa mbele katika kupigania demokrasia na kutetea haki za Wakenya kwa muda wote ambao amekuwa uongozini. Matunda tunayojivunia hadi leo na kuendelea. Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi nilimjua baba Raila Amolo Odinga kwa mara ya kwanza wakati alitembelea katika kijiji chetu cha Gasi na tukapata kula naye chakula cha mchana. Mara ya pili, Mheshimiwa Spika, nilipata fursa ya kukaa ana kwa ana na Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga wakati ninaanza safari yangu ya siasa. Nilikaa naye zaidi ya jisaji moja na dakika 20 hivi, na alinipatia ushauri wa kutosha, akanipatia motisha na kuniambia inawezekana. Alinijenga nguvu na kunitia imani. Kwa hiyo katika safari yangu ya kisiasa hata yeye ako na mchango ambaye amechangia. Mheshimiwa Spika, sisi kama jamii ya Waislamu tutaendelea kumwombea Mheshimiwa Raila kwa sababu aliheshimu sana dini ya Kiislamu, na alipokuwa waziri mkuu yeye mwenyewe binafsi alikomboa ardhi ya msikiti wa Kongo ambayo ilikuwa imechukuliwa na mabwenyenye, ardhi ambayo iko katikati ya fuo za Diani Beach. Mheshimiwa Spika, historia ya Kenya ikiandikwa, nafikiri zaidi ya chapter moja itakuwa inazungumzia kuhusu Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga. Basi wacha Mungu ailaze roho ya Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga mahali pema penye wema, na vile vile tunaombea familia yake. Mungu awapatie uvumilivu, awapatie subra, awapatie nguvu, hususan wakati huu wa maombolezi. Asante Mheshimiwa Speaker.
The next in the queue is a member for Nyandarua.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to give my condolences on my own behalf and on behalf of the great people of Nyandarua to the family of Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. I pray that God will give the family peace that passes all human understanding at this difficult time. Raila Amolo Odinga was a fighter.